Hi everybody, this is Joa Isaiah and I'm back today with another fantasy roster video. So today is the day 5 of the main event for the Dota Stockholm Major. And I tell you what, the Stockholm Major has been super on fire and super exciting. Ever since the main stage started yesterday, every series felt like the grand finals of the Major. If you have not checked it out, go and check out Beastcoast vs BetBoom Game 3 and check out OG vs Fnatic Game 3. Nobody had expected how the game will turn out in those games. It was epic comebacks, and I'm pretty sure that the other games in this tournament will be as hype as well. So to start off with deciding on our fantasy roster, I'll first take you through what are the teams that will be playing for the 5th day of the main event today. So now let's take a look at this. For the 5th day, we'll have first off Thunder Awaken and OG, and then Tundra against TSM and Gaimin Gladiators. Gaimin Gladiators will be facing off either against Thunder Awaken or OG, who win their series and then fight against Gaimin Gladiators. So we'll be having these 5 teams. Now let's discuss first off between Thunder Awaken and OG, which team do we think will beat the other and will be playing 2 series today. Now for OG and Thunder Awaken, both of these teams are quite evenly matched. They are very high skilled, they are good at drafting, and they are consistent. So I think that as both teams are quite evenly matched, the games will be determined based on the draft, based on having a positive mental attitude to not give up, to stay encouraging, and the little executions in games, and any pivotal swings such as taking and stealing the AGs from your front. Now, personally, I feel that OG might have an edge due to their positive mental attitude where they never give up, they stay positive and encouraged even in a losing game, and they are continuously growing as a team. Sepp, even though he's not a post 5 player, he has been fitting in better and better, and yesterday he proved himself to be able to win games even without his Wind Ranger. The young 16-year-old like Ama and ATF has also been constantly showing up and improving. I gave Thunder Awaken the highest score in terms of their team fight and execution out of every team. But even then, I think that OG are the ones that are the most motivated, and they are the ones that stay motivated in games. Thunder Awaken's edge may be in the drafting because they have a super diverse hero pool. On the other hand, for OG, their hero pool is more small. They may stick to their Enigma, their Wind Ranger, their Timbersaw, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing because when they pick those heroes, they excel on them. The problem comes in when Thunder Awaken, if they are really able to counter OG's familiar picks. We'll see if that happens. I think that in the games between Thunder Awaken and OG, it will boil down to the team that makes more mistakes or the team that makes more clutch plays. Both teams could do that. I think OG will be the team that is more disciplined and make less mistakes, whereas for Thunder Awaken, they are the team that will make clutch plays, for example, lassoing the enemy carry into their own fountain. So, to me, due to the insane skill ceiling and how disciplined OG is as a team and how PMA they are, I would say that OG will be slightly favored over Thunder Awaken. So I would still bet OG for the 2 series tomorrow, but I know that it will go either way. So it's up to you to decide whether you think that OG will play 2 series or Thunder Awaken will play the 2 series. Whichever team plays 2 series, I will give the team a multiplier of 1.1, a conservative score multiplier over their average fantasy points, so that we can have a rough estimate of how many points they will score today. So now let's calculate the average fantasy points for the players playing today, and so that we can conclude which are the best carries, the best mid, and the best support for our picks. We go into carry. Pakas is at the top with a very high score of 18.38 over the other carries. This is because he has insane amounts of kills and tower kills. He has a very high teamfight participation as well. You can see that this Pakaj guy is very involved in the game, in participating, and he gets the kills and tower kills. Without a doubt, he will be a good choice. Yuragi follows closely behind, and he also has very high tower kills and teamfight participation. This is followed by Skeeter. So as I mentioned, right, both Pakas and Yuragi may play a 2-game series tomorrow. So I gave them a multiplier here, a multiplier of 1.1, P18 times 1.1. So if Pakas plays 2 series tomorrow, his average score per game may be about 20, so he may give you about 40 points today. And then for Yuragi, his average score if he plays 2 series is about 17, so he'll give you about 34. Both of these carries are the top 2 choices, so they are good choices. Well, let's move on first to the mid row. For the mid row, Dark Magor from Thunder Awaken is also at the top. He is at the top because of high kills and high tower kills, and most of all, he grabs many runes and stuns many people. BZM again is the number 2, OG number 2 again. He also has many kills and good GPM, good tower kills, but most of all, high teamfight participation. BZM and Dark Magor's average score are close, and with the multiplier, they score much higher than the rest as long as they are playing 2-game series. Now, last of all, we will look at the supports before we conclude. For the supports, Matu from Thunder Awaken. Wow, all 3 rows Thunder Awakens at the top for average man. Matu has the highest average score because even as a support, he has good kill scores, good death score, high teamfight participation. Most of all, he is a support that always stun. If you have ever seen him play his Tiny in a game, he will land 10 Ravages, 10 Echo Slams. He just goes in, avalanche, and the whole enemy team is stunned for 2 seconds. You can count on this guy, especially if you pick Tiny, to pop off and score high. Now next will be Dubu, and Dubu is closely behind. The main reason he scores high is whether in a winning or losing game, Dubu wards a shit ton. You can count on him to always ward and always give you these juicy fantasy points from the observer wards. Tofu is next, and you can count on him to just be an average overall performer, high in teamfight, observer ward, camp stack, stuns, etc. Panda Moo, also from Thunder Awaken, does pretty well as well, mainly through ops wards and camp stacking. So now with this information that we have, let's review everything and decide on the best carry, best mid, best support. To conclude, for the core, your number 1 choice is either Dexet or Yuragi. Both of these carries from Thunder Awaken or OG are good choices. The first one you should choose is the carry from the team that you think will win and play 2 series. Otherwise, you can also just choose both Yuragi and Dexet for your 2 core roles, and this is hedging. You choose the 2 best carries in average scores, and one of them will even play 2 series. This guarantees that you will do quite well as long as you pick the 2 of them. If you do not have both of them or you can't choose both of them, the next best choice would be Skeeter. Skeeter is a consistent scoring carry in fantasy. He usually picks Chaos Knight and throws stun, so yeah, he will score consistently. If you're not going to choose among these 3 and you have to decide another one, go for Diracho or Timado. But I think you should only choose them if you have no other choices or you think that Gaimin Gladiators or TSM will win their games today. So otherwise, choose Dexet Yuragi, if not Skeeter. Yeah. Now let's go to mid. For mid, the same logic applies. Choose Dark Magor or BZM, and the first choice should be based on the mid laner that you think will win the series between Thunder Awaken and OG. If not, just choose both. Otherwise, you can choose Brawl or 9, because both Brawl or 9 are consistently good mid laners. And you can choose either Brawl or 9 based on whether you think which team you think will win. If you think TSM will beat Tundra, Brawl is a good choice. If you think that 9 will beat TSM, then 9 is a good choice. Otherwise, you can just pick Dark Mago and BZM. Or you can pick something like BZM and 9, BZM and Brawl, Dark Mago and Brawl. The last choice is Boom. But I think you should only pick Boom if you think that Gaimin Gladiators will win. But even then, that's like the last choice. You would still want to go for Dark Mago and BZM. Lastly, for support, choose Matthew. He is a standout support. He stuns, he wards, he stacks, he teamfight. Just choose him. Even if Thunder Awaken doesn't win, he will give you good fantasy points. The next second place have 3 people close up. Panda Mu from Thunder Awaken, Taiga from OG or Dubu. Panda Mu and Taiga because both of them may potentially play 2 series. And Taiga's score, even though it looks low here, you can see, his score will be higher if you play 2 series, and Taiga's score is deceptively low here. During this major, when he picks his Enigma or picks a support and then plants more ward and plants more and stack more camp, Taiga's score is actually much higher than 12. It may be about 14. So Taiga is also a good choice. Lastly, for Dubu, you can choose him not because TSM will win their game, but because even in losing game, you can count on this Dubu guy to plant 1000 ward every game. And so you will have a good score for Dubu no matter what. Last choice will be Tofu, and you only pick Tofu if you think that Gaimin Gladiators will win. So to recap, Matthew, safe choice. After that, feel free to decide between Pandamu, Taiga or Dubu. Dubu will be the safest choice for your second pick because he always plants observer wards. Now that we know the general core, mid and support best choices, the last thing to decide on is to look at your card bonuses. If you have any significant card bonuses, that may affect your decision on who to put as your first choice. Let's say you have a 20% kill bonus for Darkseid, who is already at around 4 points for kill. You will get another additional 0.8 points, which is a lot. You have a 20% rune grab for Dark Mago, who is already grabbing 3 points for rune. You will get another 0.6 point, a lot again. A 20% Odd bonus for Dubu, there will be an additional 1.2 point, which may make him the top support choice. So now that you see this example, as long as you have any card bonuses that give a very significant bonus, then you might want to favor that card over the typical best choice. So the best example to give is that you have a Dubu with a 20% Odd bonus, which will give you an average of a 1.2 bonus point. If you have such a bonus, you will almost certainly choose Dubu over any other support, unless your other supports have good card bonuses as well. With that, I hope that this guide helps you in deciding on your choices, and I would just generally say that as long as you pick Thunder Awaken and OG cards, you can't go too wrong. The exception would be for the support, you can consider Dubu, and for the mid, you can consider Brawl at 9. With that, that's all you need to know to score high in your fantasy roster today. And I can't wait for the games today. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me whether you have a difference in your predictions and what do you think about the major so far. With that, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and see you again. Bye bye.